And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Lord of the Rings The Third Age. I'm your host, the RPG Guy, and pretty much where we left off, we're going to keep going. I'm going to switch Elaghost here. Don't worry, I checked the skills before I started. So I wouldn't check them in the middle of the stream again, because some of you are watching these back-to-back, and that would be just a horrible thing to waste your time with. So we've got a couple of problems here. We've got a Shadow Chieftain and a stun dude. Let's get rid of the stun dude right out the gate here. He's not to be trusted. As much as I hate mages, I hate getting stunned. And getting stunned in this game can lead to a game over more so than sometimes the magic. Even though the magic can sometimes stun you too. The Morgul magic stuff. The Udun magic, if you will. Goblins can use magic. Oh my god. We'll have Elaghost work on the back row here. And then Barithor can actually open up with company resistance to protect us from shadow magic. 20%, 20% reduction, 25%. Flames of Udun! Dark fire shall not prevail. Flame of Udun! Look at that, he's getting 2 turns, too. He's a fast little fucker. Aw, his flames tickled our Elmo. Let's go with... I want to see if our dwarf can knock that dude down in one go. That little wizard goblin. So let's see what happens. We're pretty healthy, lots of goblins to kill. We're pretty close to leveling, I think. If we really take a lot of damage, we can just go back to that other room and hit up the save point. Dark escape, which means their dodge just went up. Which is fine. We can counter that with a charge of our own, so to speak. Let's see if he can kill him in one hit. Not quite, but he definitely left a mark. Yeah, let's literally finish him off now, just to be safe. You'll notice the goblins are getting stronger in a sense, too. Even though they look the same, their ratings are going up and they're getting harder to kill. It's intentional. Where they can use the same sprites, all they gotta do is change the code. I don't know how often that happens, but it seems like it happens enough that it's noticeable. Little XP for everybody. Idriel gets a new weapon. Barithor and Elaghost all get new gear. Now we're in East. I guess now we're in Eastern Moria. Creepy crawlers. God, he was mooning us.
Something comes.
Something's here.
Seek shelter.
Oh, that's gonna ruin your day, that's for sure. He's kind of cute.
We must reach them first.
Oh, and speaking of Balrogs, one of the things I wanted to mention too is that did you know that the Balrogs are technically Maiar, and that Gandalf is a Maiar, and that is why the Balrog seeks out Gandalf. All the wizards are Maiar. Valar are gods. Maiar are kind of like demigods, or beings created by gods directly. It's complicated. Ooh. Elven ring crafted to be a weapon against Sauron. So we'll replace this goofy thing with only one Dex 3 Spirit with 2, 3, yeah, stuff we care about a little bit more. And some upgraded pauldrons here. 8 no benefits. Some benefit and a bit more armor. Quite a bit too. Wool cloak. This is the one that looks like it's got a goat turd. Resistant to fire, earth, water, and air. Nice. An all-around good cloak. This is this one that's only 6 and has no benefits like that. So clearly this is a significant upgrade. Almost looks like it's double layered. And then a new falchion, or falchion, I think it's called falchion. 15 times 15 plus 2. And that's going to be better. Let's give her her new weapon. Her new boomstick. Let's move. So save point, because saving's your friend. You know, the usual stuff. I think the big area was Dwerodelf or Dwellendelf or something like that. I think it's Dwerodelf. Oh! Dwerodelf! We have unlocked a new chapter for evil mode. So guess what we're going to be doing, guys? We're going to save our game one more time just to make sure we're all saved up. Which we are, so we don't need to save any further. Let's go ahead and go to options. Oh shit, subtitles? We should have had those on from the beginning. That's my bad. No, I'm not restarting the playthrough just so you can have subtitles for the whole fucking thing. At least I turned it on now. Damn. Let's go ahead and do this. And let's do Western Moria. So now it's the Watcher. We get to play as the Watcher? Yes, we do. Who's really the threat? It's still going to be a similar order. Except all 3 of them can reach us. So the real threat's still Idril, followed by probably Elagos this time around. Actually, that one Reeking Spout did pretty good damage. Just do it again. So Idril's down. We know Hadhod doesn't like water, but it doesn't seem to be doing much extra damage to him. And there they go. They can all reach us, so... Going for Idriel first. Her turn's coming up, too. We could either kill her or try to stun her. Try to kill her. That's not going to kill her. Yeah, that was just a great timing. This is probably kill Elagos more quickly. And I would even say that Hadhod's magic is not as dangerous as getting hit with the arrows. Nice double crit. Problem pretty much solved. Oh, and he just wasted his turn pretty much. Because we're going to stun the shit out of him. He'll be dead before then anyway. That's the other thing we know. The recovery time for his magic, Hadhod's magic, is really high. So, or it's rather, it takes a long time for him to recover, so he'll get an attack in magic-wise, and he'll just be goblin fodder at that point. So yeah, he killed the vet, which is fine. Stunning him into oblivion. I didn't even notice that's what he used. I wasn't paying attention that close of attention. And look at that, we get the 3rd Age Mordor Orc Battle Shield and Craft Elf Stone of Shadow Protection. Yeah, I know, only 2 fights. Kind of weak in a way. I was expecting more, but that's fine. The shadow protection, I think there's one character who's kind of vulnerable to shadow. It's either Barithor or Idriel, one of the two. And then the shield is for Barithor, so this might have just been a Barithor gear grind. But shadow resistance is pretty good, because most of the magic is in this game from the enemies is either fire, or fire-based, or shadow, and then most of it by endgame is shadow-based. So any protection you have from shadow is going to be substantial. There's also a boss fight that we'll eventually get to where grinding skills is going to be completely feasible. And it's just one of those things that you can kind of exploit the game for its weirdness in that regard. He's weak to shadow. Oh, actually, it's Elagos who's weak to the shadow, so I guess we'll give it to him. What does he not need? Health. How big is his health? He's got the worst health. His AP is the highest. Probably doesn't need the action enhancement as much. His skills now are starting to cost a little cheaper than some of the others, so that's another thing too. The Elf Stone of Shadow Protection on him. I think it raised his spirit a little bit too. So, I don't know, it kind of looked like it did for a second. So all he's really weak against is Pierce. Barithor has no weakness. Pierce for Hadhod, Blunt for Idriel. So that's kind of the layout there. We also got a new shield. The Mordor Orc Shield. Armor 19, 1 to Strength. So what is it compared to this? 11 to 1 Con, so we lose a Constitution. Yeah, we can afford, and that Constitution lowers our HP. I don't know how it lowers our AP though, but it does. But we're gonna take this Battle Shield because it's technically better. We'll make a save, so that way we don't have to try to remember how we organized our characters just now, right? Yes. Let's move. Now let's take a look around here. Again, little nooks and crannies everywhere. Before we can do anything, we're going to get this.
smelts the very rock. I have never seen such power.
Here, you lead on, so you may see him first.
Kind of funny. Elagos' answer to Hadhod's snarkiness or comment is, "Why don't you lead? That way you can run into him first." Okay, good. Nice. Because now we're under attack. Okay, we got a caster and 2 arrow dudes. So we're going to go for that caster right out the gate here. Nice. Took him out right in the first go. I did not switch his skills, did I? I didn't set him up. Well, I thought I did, but you know what? I thought I did that with Idriel as well, so we'll check right after this battle what skill he's working on. It should be Icthelian Wrath. We've kind of been screwed a couple times on that, so we need to really make sure. Nice. Now, Idriel's caught up to Hadhod, though Hadhod is still more than halfway to his next level. The other 2 are slowly catching up to Hadhod, so that's a thing. My concern was... See, he's learning counterattack, god damn it. Thought we picked Icthelian Wrath, but I guess not. So there we go. Because counterattack is useless. Ultimately, it's useless. Even when it kicks in, I don't think you get I don't think you get points towards your thing. Even if you do, it's still pretty awful. So look at that. We actually learned different perfect modes. I think you learn these passive skills as you level up, because we're level 21, 5, 10, 20, and then our first level where we don't have any. So this levels up as we level, with the intent for, where are we at, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So you learn to master all that, you gotta hit level 55. This is almost halfway, which is good because we need to get Shield of Courage pretty quickly here. I'd like to get that and then Royal Grace going. Okay. Elagos is doing fine. Hadhod's fighting the uphill fight as pretty much best as Hadhod can.
The fear of the Balrog is passing.
Now is the time to cut them down!
I wouldn't be too hasty. They're moving above us.
Hold back! They're trying to surround us!
Oh no, they're trying to surround us. Chances are Hadhod will level, so this probably creates a precedent for us. I don't know if I see any vets or not. Sometimes you can't tell, so let's go with Company Valor. Actually, I don't see any. I just see goblin archers and goblin dudes with swords. So they're not going to be able to stun us. So let's just mow them down until we get to 1 or 2 left and then figure out what we want to do with the last 2. See, just that one leadership skill is helping us dodge most of this, pretty much. We actually didn't kill it. We're getting stronger by the minute. Look at how many turns they're getting because the recovery time for just our basic skills here. I'll just have him skip. Only reason being, he's not going to do enough damage anyway. There we go. Still whoop their ass. Gondorian Wool Fountain Guard Cloak. Not much there, but a little bit there. Look nice too. Look at that all flowy and fancy. So they're all 22 except Hadhod. Adriel might start falling behind if we don't put her at least in the front row. I believe since everybody except Adriel leveled. Oh look, it's a cave troll. Stand fast. Q armor. Make him a little squishy. Nice double crit. And Pierce Might. There's one way to open this fight. Imagine not having Pierce Might kick in. Load it a little more, should we? See if it stacks. Probably doesn't. I'm just being a jackass, but whatever. Pierce Might, Pierce Will. for funsies. And it actually worked. Take that, you troll bastard. Ouch. That's gonna hurt. We should probably bring in Idriel. Specifically for healing. Send it right back out. Now the whiffs start kicking in. And he's down. Well, that was a crit, so not as much damage as we would like to see, but enough to get the job done. Look, you can see the ring right there on his finger. Had a Third Age Dwarven Black Iron Walking Axe. Again, this is where we question the strength. 9 trolls for us to fight. Delicious. Okay, this damage is times 43 plus 4. Times 25 plus 2. So a lot weaker damage. He gets his speed back. This is actually a worse weapon than the Steel Battle Axe. It's one of the few times where we find a weapon a little bit further ahead, and it's technically garbage compared to what we've already got. Did we not grab that? Didn't grab that one back there either. Let's grab those. Ow. Excellion Ranger Leather Overbracers. Good thing we checked. Would have missed these guys. It's easy. It is really easy, to be fair, to miss chests in this area of the game, just because the space is so open and fragmented, and in such a goofy way that it's like you're checking around pillars way, kind of far off in the distance compared to where you started. And I think it's to make the area look bigger than it really is. I think there's a rationale to it. I don't agree with that rationale. Nice. We're just stockpiling items like it's going out of style. So you notice other than pretty early in the game, we've hardly touched them. To a mild degree. I need to pull Ghost out, unless he levels, which I doubt he will. Oh, I totally missed that it was a stunning type. That blows. Bearthor is now stunned. Give him a bonk on the head. Alright, I'm gonna have to... No, we didn't get the kill. Alright, Idriel, come on in. We've been out there long enough anyway. Only to get brought in when Elagos gets his AP back. Yeah, because Elagos, Idriel, and Hadhod, and Bearthor rather, are very close to where they should be. Yeah, excuse me. Alright, nothing over here. Probably something over here. Yep. Third Age Dwarf Belt Buckler of Moria Steel. Belt Buckle. Strangely enough, a battle between stun-happy little bastards. Luckily, we lucked out, because even though they got the drop on us attack-wise, they did not stun us. Which then becomes an issue. It nullifies their ability to stun us. And now we're gonna bring on the pain train. I don't know if he can kill one outright. Not without the buff. Wasn't sure if I wanted to use magic or not. I figured it was fine. Alright, Idriel levels. Pelagos levels. So we get a new belt buckle. Third Age Dwarf Belt Buckle of Moria's Steel. Now, these are very close. We're getting 27 armor, 2 speed, 5 spirit versus 3 strength, 5 dex, 1 speed. So we get a kind of a bump down in spirit. A little notch off of speed, but we get 5 dex and 3 strength. Technically it's better, so we'll use it anyway. But if you're definitely more into wanting spirit out of Hadhod performance-wise, then you'd go the spirit route. And would have left the iron one on. To be fair, they're so similar, it's relatively negligible. I'm going backwards, aren't I? Yes, I am. Whoops. Should have followed the red dot. But, yeah. It's not something I'm ultimately worried about. More of our little prickish friends. Okay, well, Idriel's gonna go first. Let's bring Elagos in really quick, so we can learn his skill as quickly as possible. Go after the Chieftain, because he's kind of a douche. And once Barithor gets his turn, we don't have to worry about stun anymore. But we've still got to worry about this guy. So stand fast. That really takes the steam out of the dual-wielding goblin veterans here. Suck on that, you goblin prick. Now we're just short of Hadhod doing another attack, so we'll bring Idriel in if we have to. Which we probably will, but... You know what? Wasted attack. Not wasted because he dealt damages us, but wasted because it doesn't do the desired outcome that it should. Actually, to help Elagos and Barithor work on their skills, what we can even do is have Idriel heal and Barithor uses buff skills. Not committed to that, but it is a thought. A little pricey for the amount of rounds this is going to take. Let's get back to killing. Yeah, see, these little pricks are going to start counterattacking here. And they noticed on her because she's not immune. Figures. See, and you notice the status effects are starting to show up a little bit more often here. Again, making these battles more and more dangerous as we progress, and it's very subtle, but it is happening. Cracked Elfstone of Blunt Defense, that's going on Idriel. I believe she's the only one with Blunt as a weakness. And she has room for one, so all the better. That makes her relatively immune to, or normal to most things. Normal to most things. Still 2 characters weak to Pierce, so hopefully we can fix that later. But at the cost of what? Making them weak to something else. And I'd rather them be weak to one thing than be normal to everything, technically, because when you really think about it, because then they could be stout or stronger to other things. So you got to take that in stride. Or take it as it presents itself, kind of a thing. So don't let the percentage number fool you. As you get further in the game, those percentages jump a lot more. I think they just make you feel like there's a lot to this game early on. But with that said, this is a great place for us to stop for right now. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/CheckTowerStudios for more live gaming action. When we come back, more of Moria to explore. We got 8 more trolls to kill. amongst other things. So we're not going to be killing them while standing around here. We got a Balrog to poke him in his fiery patooter. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next time.